Hi everyone, my name is Maldonado-Garcia. Today's presentation will be on the medication that I was assigned to, which was methaqualone. I am going to explain a little bit of the history, side effects, dosages, different things that we're going to talk about today. First, on the history of the drug. So it was introduced in America in the 1960s. It was often found back then in discos. It was also referred to as a disco biscuit. And in 1973, the drug was placed on Schedule 2 of the Controlled Substance Act. And here was a picture that I found. I'm not sure if it's 100%, I'm not 100% sure if it's a pill, but it's like a disco kind of picture that I found that I was like, that one can be like a representation. Next is a history. So in the 1950s, it was first synthesized in India. Then in the 1960s, it was introduced to the United States. It was used and prescribed for insomnia, anxiety, and a muscle relaxer. In the 1970s, it became popular as a recreational drug sold at discos, also known as a disco biscuit, which I mentioned. And then in the 1980s, it was placed in Schedule 1, making it no longer acceptable for medical use. Um, how did it become abused? So methaqualone became a popular drug at discos in the late 1960s. It created a feeling of relaxation, and biscuits widespread made it easy availability, meaning people that were consuming were most likely selling at the bars, at the discos. So it made it easier for everyone to kind of get a little taste of it. Some symptoms that the drug caused was dizziness, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, fatigue, and seizures. Dosages and period of action. So, what I found was that oral methaqualone dosages range from 75 to 150 milligrams for light sedation. Anything over that was a higher sedation that a person would experience. The action of the medication of the drug was approximately 30 minutes. So by the time that it traveled through the system, it was about 30 minutes where a person would say, okay, I feel relaxed, I feel all the symptoms. And the duration of the action was 5 to 8 hours. Overdose and symptoms. So, taking doses of 300 milligrams can be dangerous for first-time users and can be very fatal as well. Symptoms of an overdose would be seizure, coma, and even death. The ADME, so absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion. The absorption was orally, so absorbed rapidly after ingestion, which is a pill. Basically, we swallow it. The distribution would be distributed throughout the body, primarily the brain. Metabolism, metabolized in the liver, and excretion, primarily excreted in the urine. DEA schedule. So it is on Schedule 1, and it's currently not accepted for medical use and has a high potential for abuse. So here is I placed the USA drug schedule. So Schedule 1, medical use, no. Potential for abuse, high. Potential for addiction, high. And the examples are here. Other examples are than the medication that I'm talking about. So ecstasy, peyote, heroin, LSD, and cannabis. Contra Contraindications. So should not be taken with alcohol. No driving and should not be taken with other CNS suppressants. Effects on skeletal and muscular system. So some effects could be muscle spasm, increased motor difficulties, and hyperflexia. Neurotransmitters it mimics or interferes with is methaqualone interferes with the GABA-8 receptor. Some brain regions affected is a cerebral cortex, which is it reduces the alertness. So basically, a person consuming this medication, it reduces the activity of being alert. So maybe if we're walking down a street and we have to cross the street, we're not alert to what's actually happening. If there's cars moving, if the car has stopped. So those are some examples. And then hypothalamus is affects changes in a person's sleep cycle. So a person, their sleep cycle could be from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. So it can reduce that and it can affect it. So abuse of drug is a person can become dependent on the medication. Addiction, a person can become highly addicted, which is feeling the need of taking that drug, and also weight loss. So mechanism of action, methylphenol binds to the GABA receptors. Interesting fact. I don't know if most of us or some people have watched the movie Scarface. So in the original film in 1983, which is the film Scarface, when Al Pacino's character, which is Tony Montana, says another quality, she'll love me again. Thank you, everyone.